What's going on, everybody? Hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Now, I do try to rarely mention this in my videos at the very beginning because I know it pisses everybody off to, kind of go on a side tangent here, but I do want to very quickly thank each and every one of you guys for all of your recent support when it comes to my live streams. If you're brand new to this channel, I don't only just post daily YouTube videos over here talking about all different types of FPS games, but I also stream every single day besides Sunday. So today is going to be no stream, but Monday through Saturday, we are streaming for about 5+ hours, just grinding out all types of old school classic games like Modern Warfare 2, Black Ops 1, sometimes Modern Warfare 3 and Black Ops 2. So if you guys want to go ahead and be a part of those live streams, join the family and just chat it up with all of us, by all means, the link to my Twitch channel is down in the description of this video. And also, last but not least, I want to go ahead and thank the homie Example for obviously producing the background footage that you're watching in this commentary. I really do appreciate it. And if anybody else out there wants to go ahead and showcase any of their gameplay live on this channel while I go ahead and critique, certain things about this title that I would like to see changed, or even positive things that I love about this game, if you want your background footage to be, obviously showcased before next week when I get my own footage, by all means hit me up in the Twitter DMs and you can post the video on YouTube as an unlisted video and I'll be able to go ahead, copy paste and put up the footage, and clearly, obviously, I'll give you a shout out. I can't just take people's clips. That's just cold-hearted, you know what I'm saying? But ladies and gentlemen, when it comes to any Infinity Ward title, or honestly, any Call of Duty title in general, they are constantly trying to reinvent the wheel, and rightfully so, It's Call of Duty, it releases every single year. It's been out for 10+ years as it is already. Usually at this point, if any other franchise out there try to copy this formula, the franchise would be dead. Yet here we are, and Call of Duty is still being the top seller every single year. So clearly, if they want this to keep producing at this rate, they have to go ahead and innovate. They have to change things around. But the problem that I always have with this is that they choose the wrong things to innovate upon. Things like Dead Silence not being a perk, or the minimap not working properly like it does in previous Call of Duty games. They change things that truly don't need to be changed. And trust me, there are a lot of things to touch within Call of Duty. They can mess around with everything they could possibly imagine, but they should still find time to sit down and talk to their community, because if they go ahead and talk to us, the people who play their game daily, then the way that they reinvent the wheel can actually be done properly. And this is a technique that is used across the board with any business. It doesn't matter what type of business you're running, If you are trying to sell a product to a bunch of people, you should probably listen to the feedback of all those people if you're going to make any drastic changes. Now, of course, as we all know, Infinity Ward, Treyarch, Sledgehammer Games, anybody who develops a Call of Duty game, they don't do that very often. And, the result of that is that we see these massive game-breaking issues that shouldn't even be in here in the first place. Now, I wanted to go ahead and devote this whole video to this topic because I thought it was absolutely insane, and I think it's worthy of having its own video, and that is the perk system in Modern Warfare 2. Once again, something that honestly doesn't need to be reimagined or reinvented. They have tried to reinvent the perk system multiple times in the past, and they've done it pretty successfully, but they never pushed it, way too outside of its boundaries, because the perk system is a key staple to the game. It's something that you don't want to push too far. It's the same thing that all these other games are running in, like Battlefield 2042, for example. They want to reinvent the wheel, but instead of reinventing the wheel with, other side things that would improve the game, they take key staples of the franchise and try to reinvent that stuff, which they should just honestly try to leave alone. Or if they do want to change, it should be very minor changes, nothing drastic. But sadly, it's very drastic when it comes to Modern Warfare 2. You're only going to be able to, I believe, pick up to 4, maybe 5 perks at a time, and these perks are not going to be given to you at the very beginning of the game like they've since the beginning of time in Call of Duty. Well, not the beginning of time, but, Call of Duty 4 up to current date. You've always been able to create your class, and everything that's in that custom class is usable the second you enter the match. Now, the way that you unlock it is progressively playing the game. The longer that you play throughout the single match that you're in, the better that you perform, the faster you unlock your perks. So basically, you start off with nothing, and the more you play, the more objectives you capture, the more kills you get, the longer you're in the game, you will slowly get more and more and more perks until you get the last cheesy perk, which will probably be more towards the end of the match that you're playing in. And you see stuff like Last Stand and all that corny stuff as the last perk that will, literally be with you for the remainder of the whole game. Honestly, I'm going to be real with you guys. It's a cool thought. It's a cool concept. If you were to write this down on paper, as always, and tell someone how this works, it actually seems pretty decent. If everybody's on an equal playing field, if we all join into the game together and we all start with nothing, I think it makes sense to be able to reward players with their perks for actually playing the game in the modes that they're supposed to be playing. It will encourage people to not play like absolute, I don't want to curse, but, wimps, I guess is the better word. It encourages people to stop playing like that, because if they do, they're never going to be able to get all the perks that they want. Things like having Ghost and EOD are very crucial when it comes to Call of Duty games. Not wanting to die by explosions while you're trying to capture an objective, or, not wanting to be UAV spammed 24/7, especially when you play game modes like Ground War, where you have 30 plus people on the enemy team and all they need is 3-4 kills to get a UAV. You best believe there's going to be a lot of UAVs in the sky. So these perks are crucial, but you have to work for them. So it's going to encourage people to get out of their shell, stop being, lame campers who only camp in the weirdest locations. And when I say campers, I'm not talking about people holding, power positions or defending objectives. I'm talking about the person who, is in the back right part of the map, the corner, little Timmy with his claymores, nowhere near the action, who will gladly go 3-4-0 the whole game, not contributing anything to the actual objective or not contributing anything to the team. That's who I'm talking about. It will encourage those players to leave that mindset and actually play for the objective, actually play defense, actually play a little offense, actually help out your teammates. I like that concept. I think it's pretty cool. But the problem that I have here is that what happens when someone has to join in mid-game? We all know Call of Duty. Call of Duty has turned it into a cycle where you're constantly joining mid-action. And it's been like that since the beginning of time. But the difference is that before, the servers didn't boot you out of every game that you played. You would stick with one lobby for as long as you could possibly imagine, or until everybody leaves, or until you want to leave. And that allowed us to not be forced into, half-over games every single time we load up a game of Call of Duty. And we were a lot more tolerable back then. We didn't mind having to get into games that were half over, because we knew if we stayed in, we can get a full lobby right afterwards. Nowadays, that's not the case. If you join in a game that's mid-progress and you leave that game and you try to join another game, you could join another one that's mid-progress, and you could leave that and try to join another one, and another one's mid-progress. There's no guaranteed way to get a complete lobby. I've even finished games where I've joined in mid-session, completely finished through, thinking that, maybe if I actually stick in a game that's, mid-session, it'll put me in a full one afterwards. No, it puts me in one that's mid-session, I complete it, and then it puts me in another one that's mid-session right afterwards. It's pointless. It's stupid. I hate the matchmaking system, but that's a whole different other topic. My topic is the perk system. In a game where joining matches, especially nowadays with the current skill-based matchmaking system, putting you into half-over lobbies is not a rare occurrence. And when this happens, that means that you are going to be joining in not only into a game, because let's be real here, when you join into a game that's half over, usually you're not on the winning team. If people are backing out, it's usually because they are the losing team. So usually you are put on the team that's losing already. So not only do you have to deal with the enemy team having tons of streaks, probably having the majority of the objectives, keeping you in a nice spawn trap, not only do you have to deal with the, the facts that you have to join a game half over and be slaughtered by people who have already been stomping out the lobby for the full session, but at the same time, they're going to be completely decked out with all of their perks, and you will have absolutely nothing. So everything that you try to throw at them is going to be useless. Sometimes having a UAV is a lot more beneficial than you could possibly imagine, especially joining mid-game. If you're joining in mid-game, you're getting whooped up, and you can barely even get any kills because of the spawn traps. Sometimes holding a position for a little bit and waiting and trying to grind up for a little UAV, just not moving that often, just so you can get that one UAV, will help you tremendously. It will allow you to move more, it will allow you to understand where they're holding angles on you, and it'll help you understand the match that you're in. But that doesn't matter anymore. You join in mid-session, you think you're going to get a UAV to get some extra knowledge. Everybody already has ghosts now. Everybody's already decked out. You have nothing. You join into this game, they all have airstreaks. Everybody on your team, they could probably, equip a perk like Blind Eye or something to not be seen by these airstreaks. You can't, because you have to grind for the perks. You don't get these perks like it's a traditional custom class where you start off with it. You have to grind for it. So if you join in mid-session, you are screwed no matter what. And that's what worries me, because like I said, in other games, it wouldn't be that big of a problem because you usually always start out in a lot of other games in the beginning of the match. But Call of Duty, it's not rare to be put into mid-sessions over and over and over again. This system is not going to work very well. I'm going to be honest with you. Now, unless they go ahead and patch it up and allow, maybe allow these individuals who join in mid-session to get some extra perks. Maybe they join in a little over halfway. Give them like 2 perks to start off with, or maybe they join at the very end. Just give them all the perks. If they join in and there's 30 seconds left in the match, or, there's like 10 more points on the OBJ, just give them all the perks, right? Just stack them up. Who cares at that point? The match is already over, but that's not the case. Every game you join, you reset with absolutely nothing. Again, I have to admit that this could be a cool creative way, a new take on how you actually manage your perks within a Call of Duty game. But it has to be fine-tuned and perfected, because there is so many unfair advantages that lie behind this new perk system that it will kill the overall experience for a lot of new players or even hardcore players because of obviously the new skill-based matchmaking system and disbanding lobbies. If we didn't have disbanding lobbies, this might actually work a little bit, because you will join in mid-game, you get your butt whooped, it's whatever, I'll stay in, we get a full lobby next. You have no guarantees current day Call of Duty. It's all randomized when it comes to matchmaking. But ladies and gentlemen, please do me a favor, go down in the comment section and leave your opinions about this new perk system. Do you guys enjoy it? Do you guys hate it? For all the people who have played the PlayStation beta, how you feel with it? And also, when you join mid-game, do you feel like you're at a massive disadvantage? Do you feel like you can't compete as well as some of the other players because you don't have all the perks that they do? Let me know down below. But ladies and gentlemen, thanks so much for checking out this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like. Bonus, I hate it, leave a dislike. Also, if you're brand new, enjoy the content, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification button. Also, want to chat with me, there's two ways to do so: Twitter and Discord, both linked down in the description. And also want to catch me live streams of video games over on Twitch, link that's in the description as well. But guys, thanks so much for tuning in. See you all next one. Peace out.